There was a time when he smiled in front of everyone but cried only inside. No one knew his real pain because he never spoke about it. Every morning he woke up with a heavy chest, not because of work, not because of money. His thoughts spiraled like a storm, yet his lips remained sealed, hiding the tempest within. Friends laughed around him, oblivious to the weight he carried every day. In the midst of laughter and chatter, he felt like a ghost wandering through life unnoticed while his heart ached for connection. He sought solace in nature, where the quiet rustle of leaves mirrored his unvoiced sorrow, yet the beauty around him only deepened his sense of isolation. Alone in the stillness, he found refuge in words expressing the pain he could not share aloud, each stroke of the pen releasing a fragment of his burden. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he dared to hope for a new beginning, wondering if one day he could share the weight he carried and find solace among those who cared. At that moment he felt both fear and freedom, ready to dive into the depths of his emotions, yearning for the strength to seek help and share his truth. But because of his own mind, the moment his eyes opened, the battle started. You are late in life. You should be better by now. Others are winning. Why aren't you? These thoughts didn't shout. They whispered. And whispers are dangerous, because you start believing them. He turned towards the mirror, feeling the weight of expectations pressing down on him, and in that moment the reality hit him hard. The faces of his peers, filled with triumph, haunted him like ghosts of what could have been. As he walked through the crowded street, laughter and joy surrounded him like a distant melody, yet he felt utterly alone, each step echoing the silence of his own thoughts. Sitting on a forgotten bench in the park, he gazed into the horizon, feeling the weight of lost opportunities pressing heavily on his heart as autumn leaves whispered of change he yearned for. With a deep breath, he closed his eyes, allowing the warmth of the setting sun to envelop him, a flicker of hope igniting within as he resolved to face his whispers head-on. He went to work. He talked to people. He laughed when needed, but inside he felt empty. At night, when the world slept, his mind became loud. Every mistake from the past returned, every failure replayed, every regret felt fresh. He often thought about the dreams he once had, how they slipped away like sand through his fingers. Each night was a battle against the echoes of his past decisions, drowning him in sorrow. Yet during the day he wore a mask, pretending to be content in a world that kept moving forward. He found solace in routine thinking it would bury his pain beneath the mundane. Surrounded by laughter, he felt like a ghost drifting through a life that wasn't truly his. Each smile he offered was a reminder of the joy he desperately missed yet could not reach. When the rain fell, it mirrored his tears, yet he remained silent, feeling trapped in a cage of his own making. Each droplet that hit the ground echoed the heartaches he carried but never shared. In that stillness, the weight of his unspoken words pressed heavily on his soul. He lay on his bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, "Why am I fighting so hard?" And still losing tears came sometimes. Sometimes they didn't. Both hurt. Each night felt like a battle that never ended, the weight of his thoughts pulling him under as he questioned his resolve. In the silence, he felt both isolated and overwhelmed, as if trapped in an endless cycle of doubt. In a fit of desperation, he sought solace in writing, pouring his heart onto the pages, hoping to make sense of the confusion swirling within him. With each stroke of the pen, he tried to map out his feelings, yearning for an escape from the relentless storm inside his mind. He watched the rain fall, each drop mirroring his tears, feeling as though the world continued to spin while he remained stuck in his own sorrow. In that moment, he decided that perhaps fighting wasn't about winning every battle, but about finding the strength to keep going, no matter how difficult the journey. As he stepped outside, the cool breeze kissed his skin, reminding him that a new day meant new possibilities, and that every struggle could forge a path toward a brighter future. One night he sat alone in the dark and said softly, "I'm tired, not tired of life, tired of fighting his thoughts every single day." He stared out into the endless night, feeling the weight of his thoughts pressing down on him, contemplating the battles that waged within. In that moment of solitude, he realized that the silence outside mirrored the chaos inside each heartbeat, echoing the unending struggle for peace. The words had written seemed to mock him, each page a reminder of the unresolved battles that haunted his nights and clouded his days. In that fragile moment, he allowed himself to feel the weight of it all, acknowledging the fear and loneliness that had become his uninvited companions. As he clutched the object, memories flooded back, bringing both comfort and pain, reminding him of the life he once cherished and the moments that now felt distant. In that quiet stillness, he dared to wonder if there was still a flicker of hope left, a reminder that life outside his walls continued to thrive, even as he battled his own shadows. He felt broken, lost, useless, and for the first time he accepted the truth, I am not okay. That moment changed everything. In the stillness of dawn, he realized change was within reach. With every sunrise, there lay a chance to rise from the ashes and rebuild. He began to write down his feelings, transforming pain into words, and in that act he discovered the power of self-expression and reflection. As he opened up to others, he felt the weight of isolation lift. In every shared story, he found strength and a sense of belonging. With every step he took, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. Exercise became his outlet, a way to release the burdens he had carried for so long. In moments of self-reflection, he began to see the person he was becoming. Acceptance replaced despair, and he finally felt worthy of love and happiness. Through giving back, he found purpose beyond himself. Every smile he encountered reinforced the idea that healing is a journey best shared with others. In the warmth of friendship, he discovered that he was not alone. Each shared laugh became a reminder of the beauty in connection and the strength found in unity. He didn't become strong that day. He didn't become confident. He just decided one thing: I will not quit on myself. With each small step, he began to feel the weight of his own potential, realizing that persistence would carve the path to his transformation. Every day he documented his progress, celebrating even the tiniest victories that marked the beginning of his journey towards resilience. Embracing the love of his friends and the joy of giving back became integral parts of his evolution, nurturing both his spirit and strength. With each story he shared, he inspired others to pursue their own paths of change, realizing that resilience was not just his alone, but a collective strength. Surrounded by love and support, he reflected on how far he had come, understanding that his decision to never quit on himself had forged an unbreakable bond with those who believed in him. As he stood at the edge of possibility, he embraced the future with open arms, ready to chase every dream fueled by the unwavering spirit he had nurtured. The next morning, his mind still attacked him. Fear was still there, but he did one small thing. He got out of bed. That's it. No motivation, no energy, just effort. As he walked down the narrow hallway, a sliver of morning light illuminated his path. He paused in front of the bathroom mirror, confrontational yet hopeful, ready to face whatever the day may bring. He poured himself a steaming cup of coffee, relishing the warmth that seeped into his fingers as he gazed out the window, lost in thought. Clad in casual attire, he stepped onto the porch, pausing to embrace the sound of rustling leaves and the fresh air. He wandered into the nearby park, surrounded by blooming trees and colorful flowers, each step becoming more assured. A flicker of a smile appeared on his face as the sunlight warmed him, hinting at a growing sense of hope, despite the uncertainty that still lingered. Taking a seat on a park bench, he watched joggers and families, feeling a moment of calm in the midst of his chaotic thoughts. His fingers tapped lightly on his knees, a rhythm that mirrored his anxious energy and burgeoning determination. Slowly, he stopped fighting his thoughts. Instead, he watched them. When his mind said, "You are weak," he replied, "I am trying." He began to articulate his feelings on paper, turning confusion into clarity. Each word was a step forward, guiding him through the labyrinth of his mind. With every passing day, he learned to accept himself fully. The horizon ahead seemed brighter, filled with possibilities waiting to be explored. As he stepped into the world, he realized that connecting with others amplified his strength. Each interaction became a mirror reflecting his progress and resilience. In the warmth of companionship, he found solace. Laughter echoed around him, creating a safe space for dreams and aspirations. Each morning, he confronted his reflection with courage. The words were not just echoes, they became the foundation of his renewed spirit. In moments of stillness, he discovered tranquility. Nature became his ally, reminding him that growth often comes in the quietest of times. He took the stage, heart racing with anticipation. Sharing his journey became not just a release, but a beacon of hope for others navigating their own struggles. When his mind said, "You will fail again," he replied, "Maybe, but I will show up." Day by day, step by step, he trained his mind like a muscle, not with happiness, with discipline. Each morning he rose before dawn, the world still asleep while he chased his dreams. With each step, doubt faded into the background, and the promise of unwavering determination took center stage. He documented every goal, every small victory, creating a roadmap that turned dreams into attainable targets. The fight against his own doubts became a daily ritual where knowledge transformed desperation into strength. With each grueling workout, he embraced the pain, knowing it was a step closer to becoming who he envisioned. The echoes of motivation filled the room, drowning out the whispers of doubt that once haunted him. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, each moment meticulously crafted into a legacy of perseverance. Finally standing atop the hill at sunset, he realized that success was not just about the destination, but the relentless journey forged through discipline. Months passed in solitude for him. There was no applause, no acknowledgement from those around him. Yet a transformation was quietly taking place within. With each passing day, he started to feel a shift. The silence around him became a canvas for his growth, and in that stillness he found a sense of peace. He began to seek solace in nature, using the quiet moments to reflect and grow. The stillness taught him that true strength often lies beneath the surface. As he engaged with others, he understood that growth was not just personal. It flourished when shared, and with every seed he planted, he nurtured hope in others. He found himself speaking to those who listened, sharing the lessons learned during his quiet journey. In that moment, he realized the power of his voice could ignite change. The once quiet life transformed into a vivid tapestry of connections. With every smile and greeting, he felt the fruits of his growth blossom into something beautiful. In a moment of celebration, all that silence turned into applause. Recognition filled his heart, affirming the quiet growth that had shaped him. He was calmer, stronger, more patient. The thoughts still came, but now they no longer controlled his actions. With every step he took, he could feel the weight of his past lifting, replaced by a sense of empowerment and clarity. The serene lake beside him mirrored not just the sky, but also his transformed spirit. In that peaceful moment, he poured his thoughts onto the pages of his journal, capturing the essence of his transformation. Each word was a step toward self-discovery, marking the beginning of a new chapter in his life. As he gazed over the endless expanse of the ocean, he felt a deep connection to the world around him. In that moment, he understood that change was not just possible, it was beautiful. In the company of friends, he discovered the joy of connection and the strength found in shared experiences. The warmth of the campfire mirrored the warmth in his heart, reminding him that he was never alone on this journey. Wandering through the lively farmer's market, he reveled in the simple pleasures of life, each interaction a reminder of the beauty found in community and connection. It was these small moments that nourished his soul. One day he realized something powerful. He survived his darkest thoughts, and that made him fearless, not loud, not aggressive, but unbreakable. He walked through the serene forest, feeling the sunlight filtering through the trees, every step fueled by newfound confidence. At the edge of a tranquil lake, he stood alone, reflecting on his journey with calmness and determination. Seated on a rock by the lake, he began to sketch in his notebook the beauty of nature around him, igniting his creativity. His hand moved effortlessly, capturing thoughts of hope and resilience on the page. He stood confidently before a group, sharing his story and inspiring others with the strength he found through his struggles. The audience listened intently, their faces reflecting admiration and hope as they absorbed his powerful message. After his speech, he embraced someone from the audience, a moment filled with connection and understanding. The crowd erupted in cheers and applause, their faces glowing with encouragement as they celebrated his journey and powerful message. Some battles are invisible, some pain has no sound, but if you are fighting your mind every day and still moving forward, there is a quiet strength within you that pushes you to rise with each dawn, reminding you that every step taken is a testament to your courage. In the pages of your thoughts you find clarity, and with each word written you acknowledge the battles fought and the victories earned. The journey may be filled with twists and turns, but every step forward leads you closer to understanding and embracing your truth. In those quiet moments, as you sip your tea and watch the world go by, you remind yourself that healing is a journey, not a destination. Underneath the expanse of the universe, you realize that your struggles are just a part of a much larger story, one filled with dreams waiting to be chased. Every memory captured serves as a reminder of the light that breaks through the darkness and the love that surrounds you, fueling your journey forward. As the sun sets on another day, you find solace in the rhythm of the waves, understanding that every ending brings the promise of a new beginning. You are already strong. Don't quit. Your silence today will become your strength tomorrow. As she sits in quiet contemplation, she realizes that every moment of hardship has shaped her into the person she is today. With the sun setting behind her, she stands up with a renewed sense of purpose, embracing her strength. Embracing each challenge like a workout, she runs through the forest, letting nature invigorate her spirit. Each step resonates with her inner strength, propelling her toward a brighter future. She stands before the mirror, reciting words of encouragement to herself, building a foundation of self-love. Each affirmation transforms her doubts into unwavering confidence, empowering her for the days to come. In a cozy cafe, she takes the time to outline her aspirations, cherishing the power of reflection and intention. Every word she writes fuels her ambition, paving the way for her dreams to become reality. As she lends a helping hand to those in need, she discovers that her strength is magnified when shared with others. Each act of kindness not only nurtures her spirit, but also sows the seeds of hope in her community.